Hey guys, we're back again with another podcast.
Hi everyone.
What's up, y'all? How
Hey
doing?
y'all.
I am Carmen.
I'm Thomas.
I'm Gabs.
And I'm Darby, and we are
Four of a kind.
Thank you guys for joining us again today.
Heck yeah, today's podcast is gonna be super quick but full of some personal
Interesting
Introspective.
yeah, like our different
ideas and things that we
perspectives.
believe in.
Very
Things.
opinionated.
Opinionated, yes, that's a good word. We're gonna be talking about just like men and women, gender roles and stereotypes and stuff like that everybody sees on a daily basis.
Yeah, what society deems as right or wrong, and how
We feel about it.
we feel about it. Exactly.
True. So, what are some?
Sorry to interrupt. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys for the new subscribers. We are happy to have you here. We
Yes.
love y'all. Now let's get started to this podcast. Period.
Yes. So, what are some like stereotypes that you guys have heard of that you think is like crazy? I'll say one of mine is, I don't really know if it's like a stereotype or it kind of actually is, but one of mine is that women should be in the house, cook, clean, take care of kids, and men have to work.
Yes, I was just having this conversation with my friend earlier today. Shout out to you because you already know who I'm talking about.
Per.
Yeah, I basically was saying, like, I'm praying that my husband can cook because I don't like cooking and I don't
Same.
even have the desire to cook.
Same.
And there are men out there these days, you know what I mean, that have the desire to cook.
Right.
And they actually can cook. So why can't I have a man who can cook? Now, I'm not saying that I'm going to just let my kids starve while you at work. Like, I'm going to for sure feed them, but it is not going to, I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, let me have my man's plate ready when he come home from work. No, baby. No, because
No, you need to be bringing us some food while you on your way home.
Exactly.
Oh
For one, I'm already at home taking care of the kids, cleaning, washing clothes,
Right.
going grocery shopping, all these things, and you just working. That's all you're doing. That's literally all you're doing. You're working. I can do that too. You know what I mean? So why can't I have a cooked meal when you come home? Why
True.
can't you cook when like
It can be the other way around, like,
Yes.
and I feel like
For sure.
it's like basically stemmed from like a long time ago, like when, I don't know, I feel like men at that time felt like they weren't being a man
Yeah.
if they weren't providing and going to work every day, and that's it. Like, if you're not providing for your family by going to work, they feel like they wasn't being a man,
Yeah.
which left everything else to the woman, like, because in your mind you're being the whole complete man by going to work and providing for your family, but that's all you're doing, like.
Exactly.
Literally all
And
you're
the
doing.
woman is doing literally every freaking thing else. And I don't know, I feel like it made men feel like, even though some men like back then did like to cook, like, or didn't want to go to work, they didn't do that because it made them feel less of a man, I feel like. And now these days, like, it's 2022. We're in the, what century are we in?
21st.
21st century, and men are coming out now, like, I like to cook, I don't mind cooking for my woman.
That's
or
what I'm
whatever.
saying.
And more women like me, like, I like to work, like, I could go to work, like, can you cook though, like, because I'm
Exactly.
not.
But
And
at
I-
the same time, I do think back then women didn't feel like they were being woman enough, quote unquote.
True, that
when
part
they
too.
weren't doing
When
all
they
the
weren't
household
doing
stuff.
all the
That's true.
housework, they
But
didn't
I
feel.
really think
yeah.
it was really just society. Like, society has deemed women to be the
household worker.
sole provider of everything working in the house, and then
Yes.
men to be the sole provider of the income and the protection aspect of the relationship of the family, or just relationship in general. But I feel like Arvin said, like, with being in this 21st century now, those stereotypes and those
Roles.
preconceived notions of everything that
Yeah.
a man, quote unquote, and a woman, quote unquote, are supposed to be are being broken down.
Yes,
Because
or evolving, not just
exactly, because
broken,
it can
but
be, it's clear and obvious that either one can do
either one, right?
For sure.
True.
And I just feel like men who do cook, like, don't try to make or don't allow society to try to like
Yes.
belittle you or make you
Yes.
feel less than,
I was
because
just gonna
it's
say that.
completely okay to cook.
Right.
It's completely okay to clean.
Mhm.
And women, it's completely okay to go out and work and have your man have your dinner waiting on you to come home. Like, it's
Right.
okay as long as y'all are both contributing in some way, shape, or form. As long as your children are taken care of at the end of the day,
Right.
it does not matter who's doing it and when it's getting done.
Exactly.
Just get it done. Like,
I
that's
also
my
think
thing.
it's important to say it's also okay for women to like doing all the household stuff, even if it does fall into the stereotype. Like if that's something that's fulfilling to you,
Yeah.
or
Right.
men like
If you
going
like
to work,
that,
if you
by
like
all
doing
means.
that,
Do it.
Do
work,
just
do it,
find you
like-
somebody else who is gonna do the opposite. Like,
Exactly.
just find your complementary person. But at the
Yeah.
same time, don't. The problem I find, like with relationships between men and women, especially, but I mean, you can go down a whole rabbit hole of like gay relationships or lesbian relationships when it's both two men or two women, whatever. But in a like stereotypical heterosexual relationship to society, it's the men are working and the women are at home. The problem that I find is if either one of the other parties expects the other person to do that.
That's
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
thing.
They
The
like
expectations.
they want or they want them to do that even if they don't want to do that. Like even if the other person doesn't want to
exactly.
cook or work, they expect
They
it to
still
cook
want
or
you
work
to.
when they don't want to. Like that's where the
Which is what I was
headbutting,
gonna
I
say.
think,
Like,
comes
if
in.
you like going to work today going to work every day as a man or whatever, don't get with a woman who like going to work every day too, and then expect her to be doing the household chores. Like,
Exactly.
no, when you met me, I wasn't doing that. I was going to work like you. Don't try to take care of me. Oh, baby, you don't have to go to work. Just stay at home and clean for me.
No.
No, ma'am. No, that'll never work out. And I just don't. And I have did the stay at home, try to take care of the kids, work, cook, clean. No, like I can't do it. Like, and some people enjoy it, but if you're with somebody, if you like to do that, and you're with somebody who don't like to do that, don't expect them to do that. Like,
Exactly.
just let them go work or whatever they want to do with their time. Like,
Exactly.
because
And
you
I think it's
can't
important to like have those conversations. Like for
right
me,
beforehand.
Yeah,
I
communication.
would
Yes.
exactly. I would rather be at home. Like I don't really want
Me
to work.
too.
Mm-mm.
I would
would rather
rather be
cook,
at home
clean.
too.
I'm
But
trying to tell y'all, if y'all was at home cooking and cleaning every day, y'all would be so annoyed.
I mean, yeah,
It
that's
would
true.
be so boring and
that's
so like, ugh, like this
I mean,
is.
of course, but I go outside and take
No.
the kids on a walk. I'll
Mm-mm.
be that type of
I
wife.
could
Taking
do
the
that.
kids
I
to the
would be
park
that type
is
of wife.
not.
I can definitely
wouldn't
be a
just
stay-at-home dad. Like,
Yes, for sure. That would be
all
me.
the way.
But I won't be
or stay-at-home
cooking.
husband or
That's my thing. I just feel like the cooking part, that is not me. Like,
Yeah.
I do
I
not
don't like to cook.
cooking.
I don't like to
I don't
cook
like
either.
it.
Exactly.
I can do everything. I can wash your clothes, fold them. I can clean up, teach the kids.
Right.
But when
I
it comes
could. I
to
can
the
do that. I don't want to.
That's not me.
I don't want to.
But I do think it is
not.
important to have the communication beforehand. Like, what do you want to do, or what do you like to do, to
What do you see your role as?
what do you
Right.
see,
Yeah.
what do you want to do to contribute to this relationship, and then figure out where either one of you can participate
Prioritize.
jump
contribute.
into that part if you don't want to
Exactly.
do it.
But
like, you know.
It just really takes communication, and it really takes that absence of expectation. Like you're not supposed to expect somebody to do something just because.
Exactly.
And that's the annoying part, because some of y'all
Exactly.
be expecting it, and that's where you go completely wrong with me, because I
I
don't even want to
swear.
talk to you no more.
Facts, but I
Like,
swear this
if you
man-
don't, you can bring it up in a conversation, like, would you, like to do that? Do you like doing that? No. But
No.
it's just not the, like, oh, okay, I'm going to go to, quit your job, you could stay at home and do that.
No,
Uh-huh.
don't tell me to quit my job. That's where I draw the line at right
Mm-mm.
there.
Mm-mm,
I had this
mm-mm,
man.
mm-mm.
He was like, I mean, I gotta see if you wifey me, if you gon' cause I wash my clothes and fold my clothes. I gotta see if you wifey me. Are you saying you gotta see if I'm gonna do that for you? Like, are you saying you gotta see if I'm gonna stay at home and just follow behind you like a little puppy every day? Because if
No.
you're looking for that, then it's not me. Don't expect me. Let me do it on my own. You know
That's
what I mean?
hilarious. 'Cause
Like, first of all, don't ever hold me to no traditional standard, because I'm not that.
yes.
Like, just as I can do it, you can do it too. You just said you do it. Why I gotta come over and do it for you and take over?
Exactly.
No.
And I want to say, like, I think it is important when you're single to
Realize these things
and work on these things. Like, you should know how to go to work, and like, if you whatever, you should be able to be familiar with working, bringing home money, being a protector for yourself,
And also
cleaning, cooking,
right.
and doing all of that stuff for yourself. Like, you should be able to hold both qualities, and it should not reflect on how much of a man you are, how much of a woman you are, and it should just be how full of a whole human being you are. Like, everybody should know how to
cook, clean, take care of yourself.
Take care of themselves, make your own money, whatever.
Take out the trash.
Girl or boy.
Exactly.
If
Take
you
out the
a
trash.
woman and you feel like you can't touch no trash bag,
come on now,
get your life together.
And if you a man and feel like you can't cook or clean,
get your life together.
Get your life
Exactly.
together.
Like, come on now.
Yes.
especially wiping the toothpaste off the sink in the bathroom. It's just simple stuff like that people do not pay attention to.
Yes, people
like
don't.
that stuff that's basic. Like, if you can't do that, then why you think I'm finna come in and do that?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
cleaning your bathtub out. Like,
You don't know how to clean your tub? Like,
You don't know how to clean
you
your
don't know
tub?
how to
Like, come
clean
on
the
now.
tub. You don't know how to change out the tissue roll. You don't know
yes,
how to...
it be the little stuff
You
like
don't know
that,
how-
girl.
Exactly. It be
Change the
the
paper
smallest
towel.
things.
You know you used the last paper towel. Why would you not put a roll of paper towels back on the
Exactly.
thing? Like,
Laziness.
what are you doing?
Laziness, bro.
You're lazy and
What
you're
are you doing?
inconsiderate. Oh my gosh.
And then you want a woman to come up in there and do it for you?
Exactly.
Huh?
Well, I think that comes from their parents
Parents,
doing
yes,
it for
it
them,
is.
not
Titty baby.
teaching.
Definitely.
I was just about
Not
to say,
teaching
you
their
But as an
children.
adult though, you should realize that, oh, okay, maybe I should put another paper towel roll right there.
No, but there are
Maybe
some
I should
adults
put some tissue
that
on
are
the
not
road.
adults.
that are not adults.
Exactly.
Y'all, the
Y'all
people who
are
ain't need to
mentally
grow
immature.
up.
Mentally immature.
Y'all need to grow
And
up.
y'all be the main ones yelling, "Oh, I'm grown. I'm an adult." Okay, but you're not doing.
You can't even
basic
take care of
you're
yourself.
Not doing simple household things.
Like, for real.
That's why I love going. I don't love now. I didn't want to. Let me take that back. That's why going into. Have you been in a man's apartment?
Yes. And
Going in a man's apartment, an immature man. Let me be
It's-
specific. An immature man's
I don't
apartment.
even know the word.
Let me tell you. You be lucky if you got a sheet on his bed.
Sheets.
You
Don't
will
got
be
no
very
shower
lucky-
curtain,
shower
trash
curtain,
everywhere,
bed,
clothes
All you
everywhere.
have is
Don't
a
even have a laundry
Barely.
basket.
barely a couch. You probably got a futon.
Got a shower, but don't got no soap in there. Where the rags at?
So,
Where's the
You probably have
towel?
one rag that
Like,
you use
what
every
is
day.
going on in here? Like, for
It's just
real.
simple stuff like that.
It be crazy. Like,
you're
y'all really
not
be like that,
ready.
though.
You're not
And you think I'm
ready.
finna be over here?
True.
That's why I be
Exactly.
so glad, y'all. I am so thankful the
goodness.
Lord Himself allowed me to live alone.
Same.
So
you,
glad that
God.
I have my
My.
own place. I mean,
Same.
Zariah trashes it all the time, but still, just to know that I'm in somewhere where I can do whatever I want.
Exactly.
Like, I can keep it how clean I want, or I can keep it how not clean I want. Like, but best believe if somebody's coming to my house, like, you're gonna have ample amount of supplies. Like,
Yeah.
you gonna know where everything at.
That's
Whatever
me.
you
I
need.
love being
There's
stocked
that. Yes, like.
I love being stocked
Oh, you need
up.
some batteries? I got you. Like,
Man.
look in that drawer right there.
Exactly.
Like, but some people are not like that. Like, oh, we don't have no milk. We don't have no cereal.
Exactly. And
We
it's
don't
not-
have no
it's not-
chips.
Exactly. And it's
We
not
don't
like it's not exclusive to men too, because some women like
Some women
Some
are
women
like
do
that.
Don't
be living
live-
dirty.
They do.
They,
They
do be
do.
living dirty.
They
Y'all be
do.
having 10.
Although
okay.
I have not been in friends I haven't been in no girl's house that was just
Nasty.
anything like a man's house that I've
I
been
have.
in multiple times.
I have.
I can't
Really?
think of- I can't think of somebody off the top of my head that's been like that.
A girl?
I can't.
Exactly. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. But have you been in I know you've been in a
Oh, I done been in plenty of
dudes.
niggas' houses.
Exactly. And
Trash.
you
Oh,
just
just
like
like,
look
man.
around like, what the
How do
how are
you-
you comfortable?
How do you sleep?
How do
here?
you sleep? For
How do you
real.
sleep?
How do you sleep
Literally.
here
But-
at night?
But really, like, it's really like I was saying, it's a matter of your own like interpretations and your
Yeah.
own level of comfort.
Right.
Like,
you think
have to
that
be
that's
really-
cleanliness and
exactly.
it's not. get it
Exactly.
together. Like,
But you know, like,
but nobody don't know. They don't know that
Exactly.
because their parents never taught
Yeah,
them
'cause you
that
can
this is
really
what you're
tell
supposed to
who
do.
grew
Like,
up
yes,
on Saturday morning,
Cleaning
with
up.
music blasting,
cleaning,
blinds
exactly.
open,
Right.
smelling pine
Yeah,
saw,
that
and
shit definitely does
fabuloso.
follow you into adulthood.
It does.
It really does.
it
because
does,
right
and
now,
that doesn't at the
It's
same
Sunday,
time. If
and
you
I was
didn't
like,
know
okay,
that.
I want to clean up today. Like, I want to open my blinds. I want to light my candles. Like, I want to clean.
As
Yeah,
soon
I'm
as
in the
as
cleaning
soon as this
mood.
podcast is over, I'm going home and cleaning.
Yes.
Like, that's
I'm
the
washing my
plan.
clothes
Yep.
right now so I can fold, do laundry, and because
Mhm.
I just can't. I don't see how y'all live like that. Oh my god,
People are like, it's
I be
crazy.
sleep scared.
But yeah, and it's okay for women and men to do that. And please teach your children to do
Yes.
that. Like, Zariah already know, time to clean up.
Time to clean up.
Clean up. Because you're doing too
Please
much.
teach your boys, your
Yeah.
little boy kids, how to wash dishes.
Oh my
Like,
gosh.
oh my God, I cannot tell you how many times I have met men who don't know how to wash dishes. Like, what is, like, where's the soap, first of all? Second of all, what are you using, your hands? Like, where's the washcloth or the little scrub pad or anything, something? Like, you need to clean it. Like, not just a
Yes.
little wipe either. Like, scrub it
Your whole shirt
with some
needs to be
soap.
wet.
Yes, you
Your
need
whole
you.
shirt
you
needs to
maybe
If
not
your
your
whole
whole
shirt
shirt,
is
but
wet-
if your shirt ain't wet at all,
Nah,
doing
nah,
right.
You-
I
if-
don't-
no.
I don't
You're
agree.
right.
I don't
That is
agree.
because
so
my little shirt
funny.
only be wet like right here, right down the little
Yeah.
corner of the thing. But
Because I also feel like
I
if your
ain't
shirt
do-
is not wet, that's still a mastery level of washing dishes.
yes, that's a,
I mean,
yes,
that's
true,
But I use
true.
a dishwasher. I rinse out everything first and then put it in the
I
dishwasher.
don't ever
but-
have that many dishes to put in the dishwasher. Like I got like 2 bowls and 1 cup in the sink and a knife.
'Cause you
And
eat
I
out all
be
the time. That's
like,
the reason.
true. But I be like, I'm not finna put these 2 little things in the dishwasher. I could be done washing it before the dishwasher even started.
Oh my
Like,
gosh.
Right, but
That is
yeah.
so funny.
So yeah, I just wanted to say that. Please teach them how to
Yeah,
wash
I feel like
dishes.
that's one of the
'cause
first
that's
things I learned
crazy.
how to do.
Wash
Wash
dishes,
dishes.
yes.
I remember
and
I
mom
was-
used to
Dishes
really
and
teach
sweep
us.
the floor.
Grandmama taught me how to wash dishes. I remember washing dishes one Saturday morning. I was like, Grandma, why we ain't got no dishwasher? She looked at me. She's like, we do got one.
Right
You.
here. You are.
You
You
grab,
the dishwasher.
grab the
Dishwasher.
thing.
Sorry
grab
to
the-
inform you. You better stand right here and learn.
I was so pissed.
But I bet you
Yes.
glad now that you know how to wash dishes.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm glad, but
I-
I recognize it as a
Of
a
skill that a lot of
positive-
people
skill
don't
that I
have.
should-
a positive
yeah,
skill, yes.
for sure.
Now, I
Definitely.
may not know how to cook or I may not like cooking, but when it come to cleaning, I'm a clean.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm
a
a
clean.
I'm a wipe a window. I'm a clean.
But
And
see,
I'm-
the thing I don't know about me, like I said in the last episode, like I don't like being told what to do. Like,
Me either.
so I'll cook, but I'm gonna cook for me. Like when I'm hungry, then that's when I cook, and I might make you one, or make you some. But don't just be thinking I'm finna go up in the kitchen because you hungry. No, like, mm-mm.
That is funny.
Now let me get hungry though. I'll go up in there and make some.
But what if somebody was like,
Oh shoot.
Carmen, like, I'm really hungry.
No.
and listen, you're not listening. Listening. Okay, Carmen, I'm really hungry, and I love the way that you make pork chops. Can you please make some pork chops for us?
Okay, yeah.
Period,
I might.
exactly.
It's all
the
about the
approach.
delivery.
I'm about to
Right.
say-
It
The
is
delivery.
If they said
Because I
that,
know you wouldn't appreciate it if you and a dude was sitting on the couch.
and I was like, I'm hungry, and
And
they
he
was
was
like,
like,
no,
so?
I'm not finna cook. See, I wouldn't be with them. I would
or-
not be with them.
Or if
Y'all be
was-
choosing to be with me,
Or
knowing
if y'all
I'm
was
like,
just sitting on the couch and he was like, in his mind, he said, you know what, I'm hungry. And he and made him some food and came back and sat down and started
no,
eating.
would
see,
be
I
mad.
wouldn't
You
do
would be
that.
pissed
No,
off.
I said if I was hungry and I was already making some food, I might make you some.
You
No,
might.
that's what
I might
that
make
Tom,
you
what
some.
Thomas is saying is.
But I
if-
wouldn't just go up in there and make me no steak with freaking mac and cheese and quartered in and leave you sitting there looking crazy.
Okay, good. Good.
I wouldn't do that, but I don't know, like, I just wouldn't be like, dang, babe, you gonna go make us some food? No. How about you gonna make us some food?
But what
Like,
if you hungry too?
well, we finna go get something to eat because at this point I'm too hungry. I cannot
That's
wait.
my problem too. Like on a side tangent, I get hungry like very quickly, and
Same.
it's like it doesn't last. Like
Yes.
it doesn't last for a long time.
Yes,
like I can't be
Darby.
like, I've been hungry for the last 3 hours or something like that. Like I'll be
Yes.
hungry and it's like instant, like
Yes.
instant starvation.
I feel like people who cook, they prepare to cook. Like,
I can't do
oh,
that.
like
I can't.
tonight, I know I'm gonna be hungry, so I'm gonna make us this tonight. No,
What's
it's
for
already
dinner?
6:30, and now I'm hungry, and I don't
I'm
know what we
starved,
have.
actually.
So we're finna go to freaking, I don't know, Buffalo Wild Wings or something because I'm hungry now at this point, and then it's gonna take me 30 minutes. 30 to 45 minutes to make a good meal.
Exactly.
That's the minimum time. And you think I'm finna wait an hour
I mean,
to
technically,
eat?
you gonna be waiting an hour at Buffalo Wild Wings, but
That's what I was just
I mean,
thinking.
that's
that.
kind of true.
I was just thinking that. How long
You
is
have
it gonna take you to drive
drive
to the
there,
restaurant,
like,
order the
drive there,
food,
get seated,
get your food,
order.
then you still gotta go home.
True.
That's
I
kinda
So
guess
if you
it
just
is
go
the
right in the
same amount of
kitchen and
time.
cook it, you can go sit right on your
I
couch
just don't
or right
feel
on the,
like
at the table and
it.
eat.
I just don't feel like doing that.
That's
Laziness.
Oh,
That's the
lazy.
point.
Yes, big lazy over
That's the
here.
bottom
Carmen
line.
Garrison, lazy.
Big lazy. And I feel like that's a very important.
I'm only lazy with certain things though, so don't get it twisted. Like
I'm just saying, I feel like that's a
but
very important
in the
aspect
kitchen,
of self
definitely lazy.
Self-reflection.
self-reflection
Yes,
is to
yes.
know that you're lazy.
Yes, I am, especially
And
when
if you're
it
about
comes
to be
cooking.
with somebody that's lazy, know that.
Know that you're gonna be in a
yes,
lazy
know
relationship.
that.
Exactly.
But know that what they're lazy in,
Yeah.
because I'm not lazy in everything.
Yeah,
But
I'm-
some stuff I definitely am, like cooking. But
I'm gonna attribute my laziness to my ADHD.
I'm
gonna-
Nah,
I am.
Nah, you
No.
just lazy.
It's I
Nah,
am
you
lazy,
just
but
lazy.
it's because of my ADHD.
No, it's not.
how
You just lazy.
But doesn't
Let
that
me
make
explain.
you
I don't
wanna-
feel like you can blame every. Now, sorry for people out there who dealing with stuff. I don't feel like you can blame everything on everything.
I don't blame everything on everything.
I'm just
but my
saying, like, I feel
laziness-
like laziness is not.
maybe not laziness.
I don't feel like laziness is something that you can blame on
maybe not
anything.
laziness.
anything. You just lazy.
maybe not laziness, but my it's
Procrastination.
it's called executive dysfunction. It's really like when you want to do something and your brain like won't allow you to do it, like it takes you longer to do something when you know that you should do it or know that you
Procrastination?
want to do it. Kind of like procrastination, but like
What's the difference?
The brain function is
You have to break out.
What's
of
the
that.
difference,
Different.
though? What's the difference between procrastination,
Procrastination
which is
is-
also a brain function of, I know I need to do this, but I don't want to do it right now, so I'm gonna wait until the last possible second that I can do it.
exactly.
It's you.
It's a conscious
it's a
choice.
want. Yeah,
But
what you just
sometimes
said
it's-
is I don't want to do it right now. Darby saying more
I
like
want
I
to do it, but I
can't-
literally cannot.
I
My
can't.
brain and my body won't allow me to do it. Even
So what
though
do you do? So what do you do instead?
I have to just wait. I have to wait until I have the energy or the
mindset.
the jolt of like, okay, get up and do it. But sometimes my body doesn't allow me to do
I
it.
hear
Like
you. I just don't see the difference. I feel like I don't know.
procrastination is more like a.
It's more like a choice.
It's
But,
more like
but
a
at the
choice.
same time, it's not a choice.
It is.
It
Because,
is.
for example, if I'm in school and I got a project due, I'm sitting on the couch playing a game, and I know I need to do this assignment.
You're choosing to sit there and play the game.
Exactly.
But the jolt, which happens in the brain that breaks me out of that mindset, is the fact that the project is due tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing that gets you out of it is still the same.
kind
It
of.
is, but it takes longer, which is the difference.
Okay, let me read. I'm going to read the definition. Executive function is a collection of cognitive and behavioral processes that enable goal-directed actions, whereas procrastination is the habit of delaying tasks and goals. So
Habit. You're in the habit of
you're in
not
the
wanting
habit
to
of
do
doing the things that you need to do or want to do. The things that make you want to put off work might be part of your brain's executive function, but it may not be the best way to approach the situation. So it's kind of like procrastination comes from executive dysfunction in a way, but I know from my research about ADHD that a lot of people with ADHD have a harder time processing their executive function, which results in executive dysfunction, which is like the
The-
messing up of that function in your brain. But
All right,
but
yeah.
that kind of contributes to my laziness. But to bring it all back to what we're talking about at the beginning, men and women and their quote unquote roles in society and roles that we have learned from society and from the people around us. I really think that it is archaic and it is a detriment to society to try to box men and women into these specific kind of roles. Clearly, we have seen that everybody is not the same as a man. Everybody is not the same as a woman. Some people don't even identify as either, like myself, non-binary. But it really just is like, it's a hindrance to
Yeah.
the growth of society as a whole.
As
Like
a whole.
if especially the expectation, if you're expecting men and women to be a certain way, act a certain way, do certain things,
It just locks you down
it
from
locks you
so many
down, and
different
it just like
opportunities and stuff.
it messes up your potential for growth as a human in general. Just it's just archaic, and it doesn't work anymore, clearly. But
True.
that's just my thoughts on it.
Yeah. So, are there anything else? I mean, is there anything else that you guys feel like is what's that word? Stereotype,
or
yes.
anything like that.
Try to think of another one.
If you think of something, drop it in the comments.
Baby,
Drop it in the comments. Why are you
Singing. I'm crying.
still singing?
Anyway, okay, well, I guess we could talk about this from a political standpoint. Thomas, do you want to go into detail about that topic that one of your coworkers was?
Just about to get into a long conversation. She basically got a essay topic asking whether or not trying to word this right. Basically, whether what women are going through in society today, based upon basically stereotypes and their roles and the rights that women have and everything that they're dealing with, is rooted in politics as opposed to, I guess, anything else.
And I think that it definitely is rooted in politics because it just goes all the way back to those people in those political roles expecting these things from us as women.
Yeah,
And
that's
as
what
men, too.
that's what we were talking about. So basically, the conversation went towards how it started with what y'all were just talking about, the quote unquote archaic expectations of men and women, and men being the misogynistic leaders of society, I guess, and then pushing women into roles that men didn't want for themselves because they were too busy doing whatever the hell they was doing.
Exactly.
So after that,
That's the point.
women were pushed into these gender roles, and as society progressed and men basically came up with politics in order to take away the argument of why am I doing this, and made it become this is what the law says, this is
Right.
politically correct, etc., etc. The
Right.
laws and the politics then began to reflect the misogynistic mindset of the way society was at the time, which is now why women are going through what they're going through politically, as far as abortion rights, as far as voting rights, as far as women's rights, etc., etc. And now it's a political issue.
Because in the beginning it was bullshit. Like
From the beginning, it's
Right.
always
like
been.
so just cut the shit. Like
Right.
I don't understand. Why
And
do y'all
unfortunately,
still feel like
The sad
y'all have a
part-
say so?
Exactly. The sad part about it all is the people who still have that mindset. Most people who still have that mindset,
Especially
are
in political
control of the way
Yeah.
this
It's-
country operates,
yes.
and it's so frustrating.
Yes, exactly. And I don't understand, like, and just to hit the
Nail on the
nail
head.
on the head, like, who told you that it was okay for you to decide whether a woman
And
should
that's-
have an abortion or
And
not?
this
Like,
is what, and this is where
that's the
misogyny-
part-
and this is where the
Misogyny.
this is where the
I don't
conversation
get it.
led back during. It goes all the way back to prehistoric times, like cavemen, like. So, this is another gender stereotypical role of men are stronger than women, as opposed physically, as opposed in reference to the fact that if we're in a village and we hunt for our food,
the men
the
are gonna
men are
hunt.
gonna go out and go hunt the animals because the women, it's not
Are-
safe for the women to
they're-
do it.
What's that word? Frail.
Yeah,
Is that
that's
a
the
word?
word.
which is not true.
Which is
It's
not
not
all
true.
the time.
It's not true all the time, but how do y'all feel about it generally speaking?
I
Before we
feel
move
like it's
on.
freaking stupid, honestly,
generally
because
speaking,
now
sometimes, most of the time,
And this is where, and to me, this is where, I'm not gonna say to me, but this is where it gets interesting to me, because generally speaking,
men, people who were born as male are biologically have more strength, quote unquote, which is not always
to
true.
go fight an ox and go kill an ox as opposed to,
But my
like I
thing
said,
is,
generally speaking, not overall, of course.
Exactly,
Right.
because there are
I-
women who are naturally
Exa-
born as stronger than
Yeah.
some
but
men.
you don't
Yeah.
have to be stronger. You can be smarter.
Exactly.
That's
That's the
true.
part that the men don't understand. Like, okay, yeah, you can go tussle with the ox or whatever,
Exactly.
but I'm finna shoot an arrow in his heart and he's gonna be dead while you was doing all that tussling. Like,
That's true.
I don't
Okay.
understand.
That's true. Okay, so moving on. So it started with that, which is we the men go hunt the ox because y'all can't do it.
Very
which means
close-minded,
which
exactly.
means of course, well, that's not
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
So since we do, it's because we do that, we are now feeding the village. While we're out feeding the village, you can pick the plants, go pick the berries, take care of the kids while we out hunting, make the clothes, and tend to the hut,
Mm-hmm.
right? So from there, it just kept evolving
Right.
with that same mindset. So that same
Ideology.
entitlement
Yeah, I
of
entitlement. Yeah.
I'm the reason that we are surviving because I'm going out and hunting this animal and giving us food and sustenance to survive.
Right.
That same entitlement has now evolved into
I'm better than you.
not even better.
Superior.
I don't even think that it's not even a better than thing.
Mhm.
It's I am more capable.
Oh yeah. I know what you're trying to
I'm
say.
more capable of doing this than you are, which led to
Which is irrelevant, first of all, because just because you're more capable doesn't mean anything.
it's not even relevant in that sense because that specific thing that you're thinking that makes you more capable doesn't necessarily make you more capable.
Exactly.
Like you said, me being able to tussle with the ox and kill it does not necessarily mean I'm more capable of killing the ox.
Exactly.
Just like you said, me tussling with the ox for 7 days versus you shooting the ox in 7 hours doesn't make me
More
doesn't
capable
doesn't
of-
equate to capability.
Exactly.
But-
And that's what. And unfortunately, most of the entitlement in that way of capability and all that stuff has spread around the world. But there are some, and y'all can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, or y'all can if y'all know here. But like, there are some cultures and societies around the world that operate in that sense of the what we know as traditional roles for men and women or anything like that. Like they operate in that space, but they are very respectful and honor each role. Like the men in some societies are the ones that go out and hunt and get provide, I guess, and the women are the ones that usually stay at home, whatever. But the men are super respectful of the women and they appreciate what they do, and the women are super respectful of the men and they appreciate what they do. But sometimes it goes left where the men don't respect what the women do and the women don't respect what the men do. Like it's just they expect them to do it and don't really appreciate what they do. Like it can be healthy, it can work if that appreciation and respect and honoring and all that stuff is there. But if it's not there, then it
Right.
turns into what it is now. Like
Yeah, and I
these
feel like
roles that we are in
there's
now.
one specific society that does that worse than others, but we're not going to speak on that. You could
I feel
you could
like
think, you
that's.
could take your own opinion on who you think that is, but
I feel like that still goes back to if I like doing it, then I'm content. Like
Exactly.
you're not finna
Yeah.
get nobody to respect you if they don't want to do what they're doing. Like
Exactly.
so you still have to be mindful of
You gotta
okay,
respect people.
I don't like to do that, so I'm not gonna do that. Like, but if you do, then yes, it gives it way more. It's
It's more healthy.
easier,
It's healthier.
to respect the
but
other person.
in order to do that, so basically, moving forward from what I was saying, it moved on from being hunting and being in huts to now as society is progressing and evolving, the formation of governments and the formation of quote unquote civilization and the running of said civilization, and the men being in the position that they were in from the time previously,
right.
they felt like we deserve or we have the authority slash capability to run the society because we're the ones in charge.
Exactly.
We're the ones who've been doing the picking up the greatest amount of work.
What they consider
The greatest amount of work in order to keep the society running for up until this point. So it's up to us to progress it even further. So we're going to be in charge of the government.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be in charge of the politics. We're going to be in charge of et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't need your help to do it. You just keep doing what you were doing
Mm-hmm.
and maintaining what you were doing. We got this as we move forward.
Exactly.
And it just kept going on with that same mindset ever since then. It's been going on and going on and going on. But the problem is, while they were trying to evolve society, nothing else was evolving.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly that.
Which is what's
And
going on
they don't
now.
realize that nothing
Which
else
is what's going on now
is
as we talk about what's going on in the government now. We got all these white men in these seats of power trying to decide what women can and can't do with their body
Because they feel like they
because
have
they feel
the capability.
not
and
even the capability. Like, for example, I heard one of the dudes, I can't remember his name, but he basically was saying abortion is not included in the Constitution as a constitutional right based on how it was written by the founding fathers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when I immediately heard that, and I was thinking to myself, bro, that was in the 1700s.
I was finna
that was
say,
in the 1700s,
That's what
bro.
somebody told. So I seen somebody on TikTok saying that like that was literally in.
That was
Isn't
literally
that the 17th century?
1700s.
no, the
What is,
17
what's 18th
seven-
century?
No,
18th century is 1700s.
Okay.
Yeah.
no,
Yes, that is right.
What's that century?
no. It's the 21st century right now, and it's 2000. The century is always 100 years before what actual year
Exactly.
it is.
18th century is the 1700s. Is that not right?
18 what?
18th century is the 1700s.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Oh my gosh.
I thought you said
1800s.
1800. Yeah, I thought you said 1800s or 17th century.
No, no,
Okay,
no.
the backwards.
opposite.
Okay, yes. So like, that's literally the 18th century, y'all.
That's literally
Like,
300 plus
That
years
was
ago.
so long ago. Why do you still feel like
How?
that? How?
How
Literally
could you-
in your mind.
How could you feel?
How could you even be going off of something that was in the 1700s?
How
like,
could you feel like a country that's 300 years older
needs to
than what
still
you're
be
referencing?
right? Needs to still be doing
That what you're referencing is still 100% applicable.
And
That's
valid.
like saying in your real life, like, would you ever grow up and be
Yeah.
60 and still doing stuff that you was doing when
you
you
was
was
3?
4? Like, what?
Like, I still can't cross the street by myself. My
Right.
mama told me not
My
to.
mom told me not to do that when I was 4, so I'm never gonna do that. And I'm 60 years old now. That
Like,
just
stuff has
that
to,
is
and
so
I feel
dumb.
like, and I feel like that's one thing that's making us not progress as a society, and not only a society, as a race of human beings, is the fact that we cannot seem to understand that things evolve, people evolve,
yes.
situations evolve, and the way that we encounter situations, and the way that we write laws, and the way that we write things into our constitutions all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
They can evolve.
Has to
right.
evolve.
Has to
Yes.
evolve as humans evolve because we're going to
Because
keep evolving.
if not, we're never going to evolve.
Exactly.
Like-
It's literally like a
But at this
trap.
point, I don't
They're
feel like
scared.
they care if we. They don't. They don't
They
want
don't
us.
care.
They
And
don't
this-
want us
and
to
see-
evolve.
And see, this is where
that's
the
what's
conversation
crazy,
went when I
like,
was
They're
at work.
making
How?
millions.
This is when I was.
Millions
This
upon
is where the
millions of
conversation went
dollars.
when we was at work, because the powers that be do not want evolution.
Yeah,
They
they
do
don't
not
want
want-
to evolve. They don't want us to even know
because
how
they
to
know,
evolve.
They know that if they evolve, and if things change from the way that things were written 300 years ago, which wrote them into power,
Right. It would be a completely different world.
they would no longer be.
They would no longer be in power.
be in power, and that for them
It's scary.
is
It's-
not even scary.
It's scary to their power that they have.
What is the biggest word for scary?
fear?
No, I'm talking about, like, terrifying.
Terrified.
Oh, yeah.
They're
What's bigger than that?
Petrified.
petrified.
Just
That's
like
what that's what
they are.
That's what they are.
They are.
Petrified, which is why anytime any change tries to happen, whether it be women's rights, civil rights, gay rights, Asian rights,
Any right.
anything that happens.
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter. Anything that happens, and Black Lives do matter.
Yes, they do.
Any change that tries to come up that threatens the status quo or that tries to get some of their power away to another group of people,
Right.
they are terrified.
Exactly.
And they do any and everything, no matter what it takes, to stop it.
No matter how many laws of the 1700 laws that they break, they don't care.
Exactly.
Like the
And
ones that they so-called
Right,
abide by.
they'll break any law.
Yeah, they'll break their
any
law
law
if
for their
it's-
own benefit.
Exactly.
And the thing that's really
And they'll
like,
create any law so
For
that you won't do
whatever
so-
it is that you want to do.
Exactly.
They'll create any law to take away any of your rights that allow you to challenge them.
Yes.
Exactly. And the thing that gets me is even on a deeper level, like on a like I tend to always go to the feelings, as you always understand. But even on a deeper level, like anything that challenges what they know in their head or feel like is right in their body or in their mind or whatever, that is also based on fear. Like
Yes.
even like, okay, let's say there is a man who believes that women are inferior to them, and there is a woman who is clearly proving that they are superior to them. That reflects on their sense of self, and
Ego.
it scares them. Like it's all based on like the fear of
Not being in power.
not being in power,
Not being in
and
charge.
it challenging what you know,
Right.
what you already
It makes
know,
you
or
feel
what you think you
dumb,
know.
but
Like,
you are dumb. Like the thing, like you
Literally.
don't. I don't understand how like if there's one person like sitting there like okay what's something like computers don't have keyboards and every 60 people are sitting beside you like yes they do, they
Right.
do have keyboards, they do have keyboards, and you're like no they don't, they've never had keyboard, I've never seen a computer with a keyboard. Okay, but they do. Like
exactly.
you're dumb at this point. Like, how are you not comprehending that
because
they
you've
do?
not been, because you've not been, for example,
But-
so to go off of what you just said, let's say you got a kid from the 21st century who's only grown up with iPads, right?
Right.
And they've never seen a computer.
Right. Or a cell phone and a dial phone. What's it called? Landline. Yeah.
Landline, right? So if that child comes into if that child grows into a teenager, grows into a younger child, a little before teenager, well, fucking teenager,
Right.
and they get into a room with people that are older than them, and they hear, "Oh, yeah, computers got keyboards." For them to say they don't have keyboards, to them,
It's true.
it's true to them because they've never experienced that.
Right, but
the problem comes into play where you do not have the mental capacity
right to
in
understand.
order to intake new information.
Exactly.
Right.
And in order to accept information as the truth. Like if you were in that room with the old people and you only grew up with iPads or whatever, and somebody literally brought in a computer with a keyboard, and they were like, "Look, it's proof
exactly,
right here in
exactly.
front of your
Right.
face."
and you
that
still
they're-
didn't believe
And you
it. Now
still
that's
choose-
That's the
now
problem.
that's
what
the
I'm
problem.
saying. You
Yes.
still choose not to be able, not even choose. You're not capable
Yeah,
That's true
of
too.
taking in new
Information.
information because you're not like somebody just said. You're not. It challenges everything that you think about yourself. So it's like you're like my whole reality is being challenged because everything that I held so true and so factual and so concrete in my life is now being questioned, and I don't know what to do with that.
Exactly. And that's based on fear.
yes,
I'm scared to go into
But it's also
a
based-
new perspective.
And that fear is based on entitlement. If my dad was a rich ass banker, billions of dollars for generations,
Right.
growing up over generations, telling me and my uncles and my predecessors before me that since we are whatever he was feeding,
Right.
are entitled to be the rulers of or the leaders of whatever.
Right.
anything that you tell me that could potentially challenge that,
Right.
I don't want that. I don't want that because you're challenging everything that I know. And if that's true, maybe what I think about myself isn't true. Maybe the power that I have, that I think that I have, isn't true. Maybe
and it's not.
Maybe everything that has built me up and filled me with such superiority is not true.
Exactly.
And I don't accept that.
I don't accept that because it directly attacks my identity.
Exactly.
Period.
And
Literally.
that's what I was gonna say too. Like at that point, they now see you as a threat.
Yes.
Like
because you're threatening everything that
exactly,
I have.
or
And
everything that I know. Exactly, everything that I know.
But I really think I will say, y'all will probably hear me say this a lot on this podcast, but I blame the parents. You
Sure.
literally have
Yes.
to teach your kids to be willing
To
to
be
accept
better.
information and
Yes.
accept things as different from what you know.
and change.
But the
Ash.
problem is, yeah, you're right. But the problem is, this has gone on so long.
Mm-hmm.
The people that are exhibiting these actions, they have no connection with the original parents who started this shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So so they don't even understand that that's what they're doing.
Exactly. And I think that's why it's important to, when you learn information, you go back and help your parents learn that information and go forward and help your kids learn that information, because it's just healing generational ideas and ideologies and trauma and all that stuff. But
And that goes all the way back to knowing yourself.
I was just
Y'all,
about to say
please
that.
take the time out to
Exactly.
just, I don't know, like just think about the stuff that you've been taught, or think about the stuff that you think, like, cause they may or may not be right, y'all.
Right.
Like everybody is not right. Your parents
Your
is
parents
not
are not always
always right. Like you have to learn to think for yourself. Like learn for yourself. Like learn different things. Like
And it's okay.
look into stuff.
It's okay to question your parents. 'Cause
Yes.
They don't know
Oh,
everything.
It is
Yeah,
okay to
for
question
sure.
anybody that you want, because
And
you're
yourself.
you. That's what I'm saying. And
Exactly.
exactly. Look in the mirror and see, like, just like how Thomas was saying earlier, like you're lazy. Like, okay, like I'm lazy in that aspect. Yes. Like look in the mirror and see, like, okay, so next time you could be like, tell somebody, well, I
Right,
just
so,
want to let
like,
you
yeah,
know I'm lazy in this
exactly.
area. So, that could cause like, what's the word? Like move so much stuff out of the way, like so much irrelevant conflict and confrontation out of the way. Like when you already know, like, what it is that the not problems that you have, or like
Tendencies.
yeah, or
Yeah.
ooh,
And
pet
it-
peeves.
habits.
We didn't take pet peeves.
And it could also open things up for you. So like if you, for example, it's a lot of people out there that still believe, or rather don't believe, that police violence on black and brown people is a real thing.
Exactly.
Which
They
to
do
me
not believe that it
just-
is true.
Which to me is just absurd. So for you have to be able to go outside of yourself and look at what's going on, and allow yourself to take in new information.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
In multiple situations.
And that is why I'm so adamant to communicate and talk with people, because every single person, us four included, every single person has their own experience in life. And I have always loved intaking information and learning about new people, learning about new experiences and all that stuff. That's one of the reasons why I majored in foreign languages. Like, even somebody who can't even speak your language has a different experience, or may have the same experience. But like, it's just so important to really learn about yourself and learn about other people and learn about like what all is going on and how you are how you play a role, no pun intended, in society and life in general. Like,
Yeah.
it's really a matter of just going within yourself, realizing what you are, who you are, what you like, what you don't like, and being willing, capable, and able to accept that from other people.
right, and being open to new information and new experiences.
Yes, and don't be scared to ask questions.
Yes.
That's my thing. Like I've always been like, I don't know, I guess shy to ask questions, but now that I've grown, I'm like, no, I don't like this. I don't agree, so I'm gonna ask questions. You know what I mean?
Like,
to
what
get
do
a
you
better
mean?
understanding
Yeah.
for me, myself, and I.
Right.
So if you're like me out there, don't be scared to ask questions.
Do
It don't
not be
matter who it
scared.
is.
Yeah.
It don't matter if it's at work, church, home,
Mhm.
at the gym. It don't matter. Always ask questions.
And like we
Okay?
always say, y'all can always ask us. Y'all know that. So, yeah. So, if anybody has any questions about anything, or you guys wanna share your views on these roles or stereotypes
Or any
that
topic that we spoke
yes
on
that
today.
we spoke on
anything,
today,
anything.
please feel free to comment, and of course like and
Subscribe.
subscribe to the channel.
Hit the bell notification so we'll let you know when we drop
Yes.
new content.
Exactly.
Heck
We
yeah.
really appreciate you guys listening.
Yes.
Thank you for being on this journey with us. We
Yes.
are going to keep going.
Yes.
We're
I
going to
love
keep
y'all.
going. We love you so much.
Heck yeah.
Love y'all.
And with that, I am Darby.
I'm Gabrielle.
I'm Carmen.
And I'm Thomas.
And we are
Four of a kind.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
See you later. Bye, y'all.